So I think at the age of 5, I developed an interest for music because my mother, uh, who herself sings, um, not at a professional level though, she saw the interest that I had for music. And I remember whenever there was a commercial on a television screen, I used to dance to it, and I think that she recognized that I had it in me to be an artist. So at a very young age, she made me listen to old songs and cassettes of Madame Noor Jahan. I used to record myself on magnetic tapes and listen to myself over and over again. And she would simplify the most difficult places in the songs by slowing them down and making me repeatedly say them. And then I met Madam Tina Sani, at a fundraiser for tsunami, and thereon, she gave me a lot of tips before going on the stage, and we performed together, and that was a turning point in my life, I guess. In 2006, where I met Ustad Abdul Rauf Saab, who used to teach at Al Hamra, and I took private lessons for him for a year, and thereon I participated in the All Pakistan Music Conference, thus winning a gold medal in the classical category. And I decided to pursue my advanced education from India, where I'm still learning online. It's been almost 10.5 years from the disciples of the famous Pandit Ajoy Chakrabarti. And at the same time, I was very, very fortunate to come across a very competent teacher, a very competent Ustad in Pakistan. His name is Ustad Fahim Azhar Saab. He's based in Lahore. And he also guides and enforces, the teachings of classical music and helps me out with my endeavors. And during this process, of course, I have been a part of various TV shows, reality shows, and musical projects, and it has been a wonderful journey so far. I think it was a wonderful experience because to be recording with such an elaborate setup was an experience in itself. And then, it's very, very difficult to actually sing and record classical on, condenser mics because there isn't any space of or margin of error. So, I mean, I had to come really prepared. But by the grace of God, we were able to finish the album in 2 days. And everybody at Aleph was very kind, ranging from the people who were at the studio to the photography team and everybody. So I think it was a really, really pleasant and professional experience to be here. Well, I guess I think there are a few classical artists in Pakistan, but none of them have considered bringing out the classical bandishes and the classical compositions to the masses. And I think that the album Khayal is a very simplistic way of bringing out these compositions and telling them what classical actually means to the performer, while educating the common public as well. And the best thing about this album is that unlike many albums where the singers usually hide behind the instruments, I chose to go completely solo with my vocals, so that one can emphasize the importance of the fact that if you have a good voice, you don't need to hide behind anything, and basically years of riyaz is important to achieve that goal. So I think number one, the inspiration was to educate people, and number two was to create a simple and an effective sound that could actually narrate what the rag has to say, the story of the rag basically. So a lot of things are in the pool. I'm working for Ruhail Hayat sir, and then I'm working on an album with my band which is called Mukhle Funk. Then I have another band called Aizaz, which consists of 3 people, basically a bassist who's Waleed Atiq, a drummer Lala Yasin, and myself. So we're working on our second song as well, and then I'm just about to wind up another single with Bigfoot. So a lot of things in the pool. I think just wait for them. You would be surprised, as a classical singer, I have had many, many influences. In Western music, if I talk about Western music, I really love Sia, and I love Celine Dion, then Billie Eilish, and everybody has something unique to offer. And then nowadays I am really obsessed with James Bay. And then if I talk about classical music, of course, it is undoubtedly Ustad Bade Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab, and a number of other people, including Pandit Ajoy Chakraborty, Ustad Rashid Khan Sahab, and I think a variety of influences, and all of them together define who I am when I add my own flavor to it. I think the best advice would be to take it slowly, one at a time, because I think if you wish to run before you learn how to walk, that doesn't work. That never works. Shortcuts never work in music. So I think the best way is to actually patiently learn each and every aspect, be it vocals, be it an instrument, just the way we go with education. Everything is so organized. It never happens that we start from kindergarten and the next thing we want to do is to study in, class 8th, class 9th. It never works that way. So, with education we are so patient. Then likewise, with your skill, you need to be even more patient. And it's something that's based, this learning process is based on a number of years. So yes, it takes years if you want to go the right way. And there is no shortcut. So please don't take shortcuts. I think find a good teacher and learn with the teacher. The advantages of learning with a teacher and a learned person are numerous. You can't learn from YouTube. Stop trying to learn from YouTube without a proper teacher. Go to a teacher, start learning, and come out as an educated, learned person. It's just like the human vocals are changing dynamically. I wouldn't say it was, very easy to be consistent, but once you realize it's a part of your life, just like breathing, you can't live without breathing, or you can't live without eating, and so is Riyaz. So when something becomes essential and a part and parcel of your life, you must do it. And I think, being a teacher to so many people, if your voice is not up to the mark, what are you charging for? So I think that responsibility is also on top of everything. That if I must teach my students and enable my students, which is the happiness of the highest order for me if I enable somebody, I must be at my prime. So that's why it is very important for me to practice every day. Even if I am teaching 10 to 12 hours a day, before going to sleep or early in the morning, I do find time for Riyaz.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Cut.